Enchantments. You've definitely came across this before. You've found enchanted items in chests, in bastions, or other structures. Or maybe you fished out an enchanted book with a fishing rod. But have you ever wondered how to make the best and the strongest enchanted armor and tools? I will surprise you. You probably didn't make them. But today you will learn how to make them. Therefore, I welcome you, my dear friends, to the second episode of 4Limits. In this series, we are exploring and finding all kinds of limits, trivia, and facts about Minecraft. In today's episode, I will present the strongest and the best items that could or can be obtained in Minecraft. Also in this episode, all information has been fully verified by me, so you can be sure that it hasn't been fabricated and has been fully researched. However, I can tell you, in this episode you will find answers to these questions. How to make strongest items in Minecraft, how to properly enchant items in latest version, how to enchant items with a current impossible enchantments thanks to the bugs in the older versions. So without further delay, here we go. For first, I will show you how to properly enchant your items in the latest version. Let's start with the armor. To enchant our helmet, we need 49 experience levels. First, combine Horns and Aqua Infinity into one book. Then, combine Respiration and Mending into one book. Then, combine your chosen type of protection with Unbreaking into one book. Now, add first book to the helmet, then add the second book and finally third. Now, let's make chestplate. To enchant it, we need 51 experience levels. First, combine Force and Unbreaking into one book. Then, combine your chosen type of protection with Mending into a second book. Then add the books into the chestplate in the order you create them. To enchant our leggings, we need 48 experience levels. First, add Sweet Sneak to the leggings and combine Thorns and Unbreaking into one book, and your chosen protection with Mending into a second book. Next, add the books in order of the creation to the leggings. To enchant our boots, we need 74 experience levels. First, combine your chosen protection with Feather Falling, then combine Thorns with Unbreaking. Next, combine Soul Speed with Frost Walker or Death Strider. Then add Mending to that. Now, add the first and the second book to the boots, and then add the third book. Now, let's make weapons. To enchant the sword, we need 55 experience level. First, combine Looting with Thrownback, then combine Sweeping Edge with Mending. Next, combine Sharpness or Bane of Arthropods or Smite with Unbreaking and add Fire Aspect to that. Then add those books to our sword. To enchant our crossbow, we need 22 experience levels. First, combine Quick Charge with Mending, then combine Piercing or Multi-Shot with Unbreaking. Then add both books into the crossbow in the reverse order you create them. To enchant our bow, we need 38 experience levels. First, combine Infinity or Mending with Unbreaking, then add this book to the bow. Then combine Punch, Flame into one book and add them into the bow. And finally, add Power to the bow. To enchant Mace, we need 34 or 31 experience levels. First, let's enchant the more expensive version. First, add Breach to the mace, and then combine Windburst with Unbreaking and add this to the mace. Now, combine Fire Aspect and Mending and add them to the mace. Now, for the second version, add Windburst to the mace, and then combine Density or Smite or Bane of Arthropods with Unbreaking, and combine Fire Aspect and Mending. Now, add the books to the mace. Now, we will enchant trident for throwing. First, add Thieves to it, then combine Soundlings with Unbreaking and add it to the trident. Then combine Loyalty with Mending and add them into it. For Riptide version, we'll need 28 experience levels. First, add Impaling to the trident and combine Unbreaking and Mending and add it to the trident, and finally add Riptide to it. Now we'll make tools. To enchant our pickaxe, hoe or shovel, we need 26 experience levels. First, combine Efficiency with Mending, then combine Fortune or Silk Touch with Unbreaking. Then add both books into the pickaxe. To enchant our axe, we need 42 experience levels. First, add Sharpness or Bane of Arthropods or Smite to axe. Then combine Efficiency with Unbreaking and add them into axe. Then combine Fortune or Silk Touch with Mending and add them into axe. To enchant Fishing Rod, we need 24 experience levels. First, add Luck of the Sea into the rod. Then add Lure into it. And finally, combine Mending and Unbreaking and add them into rod. Enchanted tools like brushes, flint and steel, elytra, shield, carrot on stick, warped fungus on a stick, you will need 6 experience levels. You just need to apply Unbreaking and Mending. For shears, we need 14 experience levels. First, add Efficiency to the shears, and then add the combined Unbreaking and Mending book. On compasses, you can only put Curse of Vanishing, which costs you 4 experience levels. On pumpkins, you can also apply Curse of Vanishing, and you can apply Curse of Binding, which will cost you 9 levels. There are the best possible enchantments that you can make in latest versions, but if we go back into specific versions, we will able to obtain better items. So let me guide you through this method from the very beginning. Beta 1.9 pre-release 3. In this version, enchantments were added for the first time, but they didn't work as they work today. If you enchanted armor, tools or sword in the enchanting table, they would receive the enchantment Enchanted. Only when we transfer these items into Beta 1.9 Release 4, it will change the enchantment into Feather Falling 1. If you won't obtain the armor from the previous episode, but don't worry, I will show you stronger armor today. Now, for a little curiosity, in version 12W41A, anvil were added, and you can only change the item name in this version, but you can change item name into nameless item. Okay, so let's move on into version 12W49A. In this version, enchanted books were added, and thanks to previously added anvil, we can apply our books into items. But we can combine any item with any enchant. You can add sharpness on a stick, or feather falling on helmet, chestplate and leggings. You can add sharpness to non-sword items like the blocks. The only downside of it, you can only apply one conflicting enchantment to the item. Otherwise, the item will remain with the previous one enchantment. If you want to make the strongest armor in this version, enchant 2 sets of armor. The first set should be enchanted with Feather Falling 4. You only need helmet, chestplate and leggings. And the second set of armor should be entirely enchanted with level 5 enchantments, such as Sharpness, Smite, Bane of Arthropods, Efficiency or Power at level 5. Now, let's move on into version 15W47A, because in this version we can apply a Silk Touch to our shields. In the latest versions, it will do nothing, but this function was removed in version 15W47B. In version 1.8.2 release 6, if we add a carrot on a stick to our enchanted fishing rod in crafting, the enchantment will left on it, which will also leave us a cool reminder of this version. In version 1.11 release 1, you can apply a curse of vanishing to every item, which will allow us to make goofy items in this version. From version 15W44A to version 16W50A, it was possible to apply mending and infinity to our bow at the same time. So let's choose version 1.11 to make the strongest bow. We need 46 experience levels. For fields, combine power and flame into one book, then combine infinity and mending into book, and then combine punch and unbreaking into third book. Next, combine fish to created books with each other into other you made them. Then add this combined book into our bow. The only thing left is to add the remaining book to our bow, and our strongest bow is ready. Now I will show you a fun fact. From version 70W47A to version 19W35A, we can apply to our normal pumpkin curse of vanishing and curse of binding in an anvil. But let's go back to the strongest armor. We will need in version 18W21A change the name of our armor with any level 5 enchantment from version 12W49A. This will give these items a special tag. Also in this version, add Unbreaking 3 to Shield and Elytra, and then also change their names. Or if you have Shield or Elytra with the enchantment that you enchanted earlier, just change their names. I recommended you to putting this item to a chest. After doing this, just in case, transfer that chest with items to a version 18W22B, then every enchanted item in this chest, which name was changed in version 18W21A, will change the enchantment into protection, excluding items which haven't been renamed in version 18W21A. Also, it will change the all enchanted books into protection books. Even this sold by villagers. So, if you have a villager who sells a book with level 5 enchantment, it will change to the protection type. But you can't add this book to any armor. But if you change the name to our armor, shield and elytra, you will get armor with protection 5 and elytra with protection 3 and shield with protection 3, or any other items you made with following the instructions. Let's move on to versions 1.14 and its snapshots. From version 19W0 to the version 1.14.3 release 2, we could apply all types of protection to the same armor piece. Therefore, to create strongest armor, we just need to follow these instructions. First, let's start with the helmet. We will need 109 experience levels to make it. And if you want to make the strongest and the best armor, you will need a helmet with feather falling enchantment from beta 1.9 Release 3 or from version 12W49A. First, combine blast protection and protection into one book. Then, combine projectile protection and fire protection books. Next, combine both of these books into order, combine them. Then, combine force and unbreaking into second book and add to this the mending. Then, combine respiration and Aqua Affinity into a third book. Now combine book first and the book third into one book and add them to the helmet. And finally, add the second book to the helmet. To enchant a chest plate, we need 75 experience levels. First, combine blast protection and pressure protection into one book. Then, combine fire protection and protection into second book. Now, combine the first two books in the order you create them. Now, combine force and unbreaking and combine them with mending. Now, add the book with protections to chestplate and then add the second book to the chestplate. With leggings, we do this the same, but don't worry, that's not art. But let's move to the book. In this version, we only apply protection to them. So for fist, combine blast protection and protection, then combine fragile protection and fire protection, and combine these both books into one book and add them to the boots. Before we move to further upgrade our armor, let's go to another fun fact. In version 19W11A, there was 4.17% chance that archer villager will sell 5 arrows with luck effect for 2 emeralds and 5 arrows. But okay, let's move to our axe. In version Combat Test 4, you apply sword enchantment to axe. To do this, we need 98 experience levels. First, combine sweeping edge with fire aspect, then combine efficiency with unbreaking, then combine looting with knockback, and then combine fortune or silk touch with mending. Now combine these two books with each other, and then combine the next two with each other. Finally, apply them to the axe, and after that, add a sharpness, Bane of Anthropos or Smite, or exclusive for these versions, enchantment Chopping, which is only on experience level more expensive. So, since we have the strongest axe, let me show you how from version 12W49A to version 1.15.2 how to remove NBT from stackable items by using the enchanting table. To make this, simply shift and left click on item with NBT, and that's it. This item will lose NBT in enchanting, but alright, let's move to the next version. In version 12W11A, the enchantment Soul Speed was added. From this version, we can max out our boots, but before we get to that, did you know if you wear boots enchanted with this enchantment and you start running when they have 1 durability point, after a short time the durability levels will turn into negative numbers and will not break. If you transfer such boots with negative durability points to the latest version, the durability will change to 0. However, if you want a funny souvenir, let's go to the Deep Dark Test version. You can apply Sweet Sneak to the boots, but alright, let's go back to upgrade our boots. To upgrade them, we will need 86 experience levels to the boots with Depth Strider, or 82 experience levels to the boots with Frostwalker. First, combine Soul Speed with Mending, then combine Feather Falling with Frostwalker or Deep Strider, and then combine Thorns with Unbreaking. Then combine last two books in reverse order of their creation and add them to the boots. Then add the remaining book to the boots. Now let's make the leggings. Just apply Swift Sneak to them and we have almost the strongest armor. Before we make it even stronger, let me show you a next fun fact. Up to version 20 pre-list 4, we could also apply both curses to the jack-o'-lantern. If you won't make that, I recommend you doing it in version 1.19.4. Let's move on to the version 24W11A. In this version, we can apply enchantments from one item to another, without including non-enchantable items. These enchantments can also be non-connecting or impossible to apply at the latest versions, but to this, place the item you want to enchant in the top slot of the grindstone, and in the bottom slot, place the item you want to transfer enchantment or enchantments. Here, we can add Smite or Bane of Arthropods to a sword with sharpness by having other swords with these enchantments. We can also combine our axes from combat test and crossbows with multi-shot and piercing into one. Also in this version, we can add protection 5 armor to the strongest armor by placing armor with protection 5 below. It will also work the same if you want to replace the feather falling enchantment on your armor with feather falling 4. Just place the armor from version 12W49A in the bottom slot, and armor you want to attach it to the top slot. In this way, we obtain the strongest armor and weapons without counting the mace. We can also combine fishing rods with inappropriate enchantments to make the new strongest weapon, as well other items, including these that have conflicting enchants, for example a pickaxe with silk touch and fortune. The only thing that won't work is transferring enchantments on pumpkins. You can only transfer on them curses. Also, it won't work with items which we normally can't add any enchantments, without including version 12W49A. I really recommend you to have fun with this version in making strange items. For example, if you take our boots with enchantments that existed back in version 12W49A and add them to the strongest boots, and we also add boots with a sweet sneak from version Deep Dark Test and the boots with both curses, we'll get a boots that will have 30 enchants. Imagine to now making every piece of armor with maximum number of enchants thanks to these versions. It will take some time, but will be great exhibition in our museum. But for now, let's move to last item on our list. To upgrade our mace, let's move to the version 24W13A, because density and breach can be connected to each other on this version, as well as can be connected to Smite or Bane of Arthropods. To make our strongest mace, we need 65 experience levels. First, add Smite or Bane of Arthropods to our mace. Now, combine Windburst and Unbreaking into one book. Then, combine Breach with Mending, and then Density with Fire Aspect. Next, combine the last two books in the order you create them. After that, apply this book to the mace, and then apply the remaining book to the mace. We still need to make one more mace with a sharpness enchantment. For this, combine Fire Aspect and Unbreaking into one book. Then, combine Windburst and Mending into one book. Now, add the created books to the mace in the order you create them. Now, let's move on to the version 24W13A and add sharpness to the mace in Anvil. In this way, we'll obtain all possible items could be obtained. And now, I will explain why I didn't include armor with protection 5 and feather falling 4 into our previous episode. Well, that armor doesn't change too much, because we still can survive a fall from 8143 blocks height. But don't worry, exact heights which you can survive with this armor, as well as breaking the 8142 blocks height record, you will see a second part of episode from How High Can You Survive Downfall in Minecraft. But for now, you'll have to wait for that. The next video I plan for you from 4Limits is about which mob can carry the most in Minecraft. For now, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you like it as much as the last one. I would like you also thank you for hitting over 100 subscribers on our channel. Also, from this occasion, I announce you a special series that I think you will like. And I wanna say thank you to you from these positive comments on the previous episode, which motivate me to make more videos. If you would like to write some unmotivated comments, feel free to write them in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, remember to leave a like under the video and subscribe our channel with a bell to have a notification. But for now, I leave you with the strongest items and armor in Minecraft. So see you soon in the next episode of 4Limits. Narrated by Mickey Vu.